Here you go.
When do we begin?
Introduce.
Right now?
Yep, we're going.
This goes out to all the jewel junkies of America and across the waters, of course. We're almost famous with the lovely Jewel. Let's get it. Oh, there she is, everybody! Yay! Guest starring Ricky and my husband Jonathan.
Aww.
We got married right before Prop 8, actually.
Really? Oh, good for you.
We did, right here in San Diego.
Were you glad to hear that those ones stick?
Oh yeah, I helped.
So I was nervous.
I worked on some of the case for that.
Really?
Scoot your chair in a little bit.
So yeah.
Wow.
There we go.
Let's
Is this good right here?
Better.
Oh,
So how long have you been married then?
almost a year. October.
October 7th would be a
Really?
year.
Like
Yes.
fun later too.
Oh my goodness.
No,
I know, it's exciting.
You know what? On that note,
Yeah.
we wanted to know how you met Ty. I'm sure you've said it in interviews or posted it
Yeah.
somewhere, but
Yeah.
we want to know
Uh-huh.
because we're romantics, and
Aw,
I'm sure
that's
it was gonna be
sweet.
really great. We want to hear the story.
Let's see, we met at a rodeo in Denver. Like all couples do.
He said.
You know. Just everybody needed a rodeo. I was doing a show in Aspen. I think it was during the launch of my Spirit album. I did a show in Aspen. I remember I had red and green extensions in my hair. What else do I remember about it?
Oh my goodness.
I had a night off, and I had to fly to Denver, and there was a big rodeo there. They'd sell out stadiums, these rodeos. And I've been to rodeos in Alaska. I grew up going to rodeos as a kid. My dad competed in rodeos. But down in the States now, they sell out these huge stadiums. So
Right.
that'll be a fun way to kill an evening. But they were sold out, so I called my label, and I was like, you guys can't hook me up with rodeo tickets, can you, in Denver? And they were like, believe it or not, our car company sponsors a rodeo cowboy, and I will call him. And that ended up being Ty that they sponsored.
Oh my goodness.
And he got me tickets and got me sort of set up, and afterwards I just thanked him. You know, I found him and I was like, I want to thank you for the tickets, thanks for taking care of me. And we exchanged numbers
Aww.
and didn't ever, we talked on the phone for probably 8 months or something like that. I was touring through like Asia and Australia and Europe. And we just, every once in a while, like every few months, just leave a message and say hi, but it wasn't like,
Right.
you know, any big thing. And then when I got back to the States, we talked on the phone more, and then we finally decided to like get together. We had 4 hours in the same city, and so we kind of decided to meet in person and just hang out.
Yeah,
And,
4 hours is not far.
yeah.
It's not like you're in New York and then California.
We were in Livermore on that time. We both happened to be kind of in California. And I remember when I hugged him goodbye, I was like,
That's it.
yeah, that's gonna work good.
It's so precious.
So it was, yeah, like 8 or 9 months to wait our first date.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, every time like we hear your concerts, you always talk about your like road to becoming who you are now.
Yeah.
And I was always wondering, what was your backup plan if you never like made it? Like, did you have a backup plan? I was always like, what would she do? if
Before
she
you
wasn't-
answer this is coming from an attorney's perspective.
Aw.
Okay, only because everything, you know, the Ricky.
Because I had planned everything. So
Yes.
I was like,
He
man,
plans
there's all
everything.
spot. You're
Yeah.
you're always like living like
Yeah.
in your car and stuff. So I was like, well, did she have a backup plan? Like,
You know, I wasn't trying to be famous or get a record deal, so it wasn't even like, I had a dream I was trying to follow. I didn't even dream. Like, I didn't even have a dream in me. Like, I was just,
it just happened.
I don't know, I was just trying to survive. You know, I grew up singing with my dad, and that's how we made money, but it was like $200 a night. It was just great, you know, cash. And when I ended up, I didn't like live in my car to follow a music career. I just ended up in my car because I got kicked out of where I was living. And I was like, wow, music's the one thing I know. And I thought I had to do 4-hour sets, and that's why I started writing so long. So when you sing in bars, you do 4-hour sets. And I didn't know when you do your own show, it's like an hour and a half. So I just started writing a bunch, and it wasn't to get famous or anything. It was just trying
You
to
love
get
your long
by.
sets. I will say that.
I do.
The Roxy, I will say
We
you
loved
did
you at
about
the
2 hours
Roxy.
and 15 minutes to 2 hours and 30 minutes. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I had made a comment, I don't know if you saw my picture on there, I'm being all ridiculous. And that picture of me on the site
Yeah.
is actually a picture of your show at the Morongo.
Are you
My
the one and
friend-
only Rick?
Rocksteady Ricky.
Rocksteady Ricky.
Rocksteady
Okay.
Ricky, right. I don't comment too much because I don't want to seem kind of nutsoid
Aw.
sometimes, but I get too excited sometimes. That's my
Good.
problem. I was
That's
just like, I
good.
can't do
You
this,
balance
I
each
can't do
other.
this. I'm like,
Yeah.
babe, you go in, you
There's a
talk to her.
balance.
Yeah.
Be spontaneous, unstructured.
Kind of the same way. He's like monk. He's like living with like monk. He's that clean and that tight and that organized, and I'm like, whoa.
See, I can relate to that. I can because this man at home, let me tell you.
Aw.
Oh, sit down, tell you the
I'm
cat's
busy. I'm busy all the time.
Let's go on the music.
Uh-huh.
On to music. Now, you had asked us, well, on your site, you had asked someone, figured us,
Mhm.
what you thought would be a good idea for your next album. And I noticed you had mentioned something about the This Way album,
Mhm.
that type of route. And I think, personally, that would be a great idea.
Up-tempo one.
But
Mhm.
I do like the whole
I
thought
love
of the pieces of you or
Yeah.
the raw.
Yeah, I love your raw voice.
Yeah.
And I really can honestly say, from a person who loves and adores Jewel all the way around, I'm not sure what I really want you to come out with. I want you to come out with something that you feel
We're in
dear
the
to your heart.
same boat on that one.
Right?
I don't know either right now.
I really don't, because last night you played a couple of new songs. Well, The
Uh-huh.
Shape of
Oh
You.
my gosh,
Yes,
Jewel.
love
We
that
love-
one. Good.
Oh my
Yay.
God! And then Father's, is it called Father's
My
Daughter?
father's
Oh
daughter.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. You got to
We
do
were-
the new one.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
And I noticed that you love to play a lot of new music. When you come up with something new,
I do.
right away you get it onto your site and you want to put it into your show.
Yeah.
I really like that about you.
Oh, good.
And I'm sorry.
No, you're not. This is you nervous.
I know,
See
so
you
nervous about
comfortable.
Okay, I want to know about Carnivore.
Yeah.
Like, I yelled that out yesterday and you
Yeah.
sang it for me.
Yeah.
So I want to know, like, what
inspired that
yeah,
one?
because it sounds kind of
It's dark.
dark.
Yeah.
But I love it.
It was just a breakup song.
Oh.
You know, it was my get even sort of breakup song.
Oh yeah, I love when you hit your guitar and you're singing. I'm like, oh, she's angry.
Yeah.
You said that on the way down here because we're driving, of course, back from Vegas, and I was so mad that you got here before we did because we got up late and everything else, and I wanted
Well,
to
I'm
say
a
it one more
driver and I
time.
can drive all night, so we can head.
Oh, you're a driver. Oh.
Yeah, we're in a bus.
So is that what you're doing right now? So when you had to Arizona, did you take a bus? Are you busing it the whole way?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so cool. Because you're going up north soon, right?
Yeah,
to
we'll
do
just
some
bus the
shows
whole
next
way.
week, I think.
Mhm.
Oh, that's so cool.
It is. It's nice. Beats
Oh.
the rental car days.
Oh.
It sure does.
Oh gosh, I have to tell her the story at Morongo. We're at Morongo.
Uh-huh.
No,
Okay.
it wasn't Margaret. It was Highland.
The Highland,
Seminole.
Seminole. Okay, so we get there and we're all excited. It's my first concert where I'm seeing you.
Uh-huh.
And he got the tickets for me for Christmas. And so I was all excited. He put them in your new CD
Yeah.
and put it on, hit it in the Christmas
Aw.
tree.
I hid it in the Christmas trees and
And-
there's some Christmas trees for you.
I was like, I freaked out. Anyway, so we get there, and of course we're staying at the Hampton there, and I go, this is the only hotel here. I know Jewel's staying here. You know, we have to. But we're like, she had to be here, and we're pretty close. We saw you, we're screaming. Okay, you've already left, but Ty was still there, and you guys were up on the 4th floor.
Uh-huh.
So, okay,
on
wait,
the
hold on.
4th floor thing, though.
We wanted to
I
stay
am the
there.
princess. I like to be on the top
Yeah.
floor. I asked specifically months in advance when we made the reservations. I want the biggest room on the 4th floor, and then they told us that well, the whole 4th floor,
We're like,
is
there's not
already.
that many people
I
here.
go, there's people here, and then I thought, she's up there. I bet you she's up there. And then I thought to myself, get over it.
Okay, really quick. And then, so we're he's upstairs, I'm going down to get breakfast, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I was like, who's in the elevator? The whole 4th floor is full.
Mhm.
And your husband was in the elevator. I go, I think that's Ty. And I was like, no, he's doing Dancing with the Stars. I was like, no. But I remember that day you introduced him on stage.
Yeah.
And I was like, who else would wear a cowboy hat in California? You know? And I go to the girl out front, I go, is that Jewel's husband Ty? She's like, yeah. I was like, oh my gosh. I would have said hi, you know, and I was in my Jewel t-shirt. And I was like, he's like, oh my gosh. I was all embarrassed. I go, good morning. I said good morning. He was like, morning.
We like to wear Jewel shirts
Yeah.
a lot. It really
Sweet.
yeah, well, you know, what did I say earlier? Were you here at the time?
Right.
Oh no, I told the other girls. I've named it just recently.
Uh-huh.
What you call Jewel Junkies.
What?
Jewel Junkies.
Oh, that's a cute name.
Isn't that a name?
It is.
a
It's
cute
really
name. I just
cute.
came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, if you want
Inspired.
some really geeky, over-the-top fans, you got them right here.
Well, it's good.
And I will tell you that I really love your music.
Thank you.
I listen
I love
to it
Lullaby.
every
Thank
day.
you, I'm so
Oh, I
glad.
have to scope things. Gotta get the pen out.
I do have to go